Have you ever wondered what teachers do to make extra income beyond their salaries? Well, over the years, I've tried several side hustles while still working as a teacher. In today's video, I'm sharing 6 side hustles that I've personally tried. So if you're looking for ideas on how to grow your income outside your salary, then stay with me to the end. Let's start with the very first one, which is the selling of second-hand clothes. Yes, personally, I sold second-hand clothes. I started this side hustle without any plan due to maybe an urgent need to help my sister who had just finished school to be busy. So we sat down, looked at various ideas that could be done without a lot of experience, and we settled for the selling of second-hand clothes. We started by identifying the particular ones that would need to sell, and we settled for the selling of children's clothes. Why I settled for this business, it's because it didn't need a lot of capital. All I needed was money to go and buy bales of clothes from the wholesale market in Nairobi and to rent a stall at the nearby market. When I started, the business was moving on very well. At least I can say the first, the second, and the third bale were very good. Unfortunately, the fourth bale ran me into losses because the items that I got were not good enough, so people did not buy them. I ended up incurring huge losses. But I didn't give up. I decided to re-strategize. I decided to be going for the ones that have already been selected, that we call the camera ones. This one involves going to those who are opening the bells and picking specific items that I thought would be easy to sell. The beauty of this is that it enabled me to have a mixture of different clothes for children, for adults, and such like. The business moved on well. It enabled me to pay a few bills here and there. Unfortunately, when my sister went to college, I had to stop doing it because it was becoming a bit difficult to manage. After some time, another opportunity arose. The school that I was teaching started hosting co-curricular activities competitions over the weekends. And because the school was far from the nearby shopping center, we were contracted to begin supplying foods, snacks, fruits for participants. And I jumped into the idea and we were doing very well. That was a good business because I was just using my skills and I enjoy cooking. So I was just using my cooking skills. We went on well, but as we moved on, many other people were contracted, both teaching and non-teaching members of staff. So the market became flooded. We started making no or little profit and incurring losses because when you are so many providing more or less the same items, the market becomes flooded. So with time, I got discouraged. I also incurred a number of losses and it ended just like that. But I still made something while it lasted that helped me to foot my bills here and there. My next luck came when my teaching subject became one of the compulsory subjects for some courses that students were doing at colleges and at the universities. So one holiday, a friend whose child was experiencing challenges in that subject approached me to give her son some remedial classes over the holidays. I did a good job, and when that boy went back to school, he went and performed extremely well. Come August holidays, he came with a friend and his younger brother who was also having the same challenges. I did a good job again for the 3, and come December holidays, they brought their friends, their neighbors. Within a short while, my remedial class had grown and I started making something extra over the holidays. It really made my life good, and I managed to do quite a number of things. As that happened again, I started finding myself too committed over the holidays, such that by the time we are opening school, I'm feeling tired. I started experiencing burnout. With the time, I started thinking of doing something else, at least something that does not require me to be involved only over the holidays, that can still go on during the term. The beauty of doing remedial classes at a fee is that one is trading his or her own knowledge. So we don't need any capital to start this business. All you need is a space and students who need extra coaching. So I loved it, but I started experiencing burnout because it meant every other holiday I'm teaching. I had just to bring it to an end just like that. As I was thinking of a business that I can do even away from the holidays, another opportunity came knocking. A friend of mine wanted to invest in the transport industry, what we call here the matatu business. And she was looking for people to partner with. When she approached me, I said, why not? I decided to give it a try. We took loans and we bought a matatu to ply from the city to the nearest town. It went on very well, but unfortunately with such a business, it's not you running it. You have to employ a driver, a conductor, and at the stage we need a tout. But we continued pushing on. At least within the first 1 year, we had managed to repay our loans, and the business was moving on well. We even managed to buy the second matatu. But as business expands, you realize that you need to increase the way in which you're following it up, because the second matatu came with another separate set of crew, another driver and another tout. So we had 4 people to manage. And again, at the stage or at the parking, you need to pay more fees. Unfortunately, with the time, the crew started colluding and lagging behind when it comes to repair and maintenance. We started running at a loss, and unfortunately, we had to bow out of the business. We ended up selling the matatus, shared whatever we had, and we moved on with our lives. Since I'm the kind that does not give up, shortly after bowing out of the matatu industry, another opportunity arose. And I must say that I'm always lucky with these opportunities, maybe because of the network of friends that I have. Universities started expanding and there was need for people to provide student accommodation. So I immediately got into another idea that was introduced to me by a friend, and this is the starting of a hostel business. This one required a building, maybe several rooms in a flat, or if it is a plot, just a number of rooms in a starting business. All we needed was to buy beds and mattresses, put the rooms in a good order that can be used for studies and accommodation by university students. And you know, they are a bit selective. So we started and we moved on very well for some time. Unfortunately, during the COVID pandemic, universities were closed for quite some time, and it became difficult for us to continue paying rent to the owners of the buildings, and we had just to bow out of the business like that. But I knew deep in my heart that idea of making an extra income did not die out. So we went on a lockdown and we stayed in our homes waiting for schools to reopen or for COVID to end, down, easing. But even when in the house, I was still thinking of something that I could do during that period, because staying in the house doing nothing was very difficult. I think we all can attest to that. So while still in the lockdown, another idea came up again, and this marked my 6th side hustle. I decided to try my hand in the selling of grocery. Those who remember that period, movement was limited. It so happened that a sibling of mine had a shop, and there was need for her to begin providing other things other than what she was selling, because people were not moving, but they needed groceries nearby. So she gave me the idea, and I went and started selling vegetables and anything that people needed from the market. Of course, there was very limited movement, but those who are giving essential services were allowed to move. So we'd go to the wholesale market in the city, buy all that people needed, then go and sell from her shop. It went on well again for that period, and I made something that helped me run my life during that period. I was also busy, and I learned something about it. After the lockdown was lifted, we had to go back to school, but I now left my sibling running that business. So those are the 6 side hustles that I've personally tried as a teacher. That is the selling of second-hand clothes, the food industry, matatu industry, hostel business, tutoring, and even a grocery. Each one of them taught me something different, and I made and lost money in equal measures. My biggest lesson is that teachers should not be afraid of exploring other sources of income. And if one does not do well, try another one. And that's why I even started this YouTube channel. It's also another source of making money if it goes well. Through your support, by subscribing, by giving my video thumbs up, you are trying to help me to start another business idea. Keep trying. It may take some time before you find the side hustle of your choice, and that is okay. The goodness is that you would have tried and you can talk about it. I am talking about it today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to help me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.